Hi Libra, welcome back to Peony Laura, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. So I was just looking at the clock as I'm getting everything posted, and most of my readings are between 40 and an hour. So there's just a lot of juicy information this week, and I'm trying to be as thorough as I possibly can. First and foremost, I do apologize about not getting the signage up this weekend, but I was not feeling my bestest and pretty much spent a kidless weekend sleeping and getting myself feeling a lot better. Just realized that I mixed these up, and these are kind of important this week. So, having had said that, this still is going to serve from the 23rd to the 29th. I've been doing the signs, with the exception of last week because of the change that happened, and I don't know why they didn't, well, I know why they didn't want me to do it. They did not want me to do the daily like I have been doing with the astro. They wanted me to do the energies of it because there was so much stuff that was happening last week. I would not have been able to dial in at all, but that's not what we're doing. This week we're going back to the every single day of the week and getting clarifiers on each of the days of the week, okay? And then I'm going to go into the astrology. I have my notes here that I put together for this particular week. And then we have several clarifiers that are going to come out of it. So we're going to use the sacred geometry here in just a second, as we always do, because that's my jam. I love that deck. But we're also going to use this in between to pull out the energies that you might still be dealing with into this week. So prior energy up until now. There they are. And we're going to use my Steampunk Tarot as the base cards for this particular week. And then we'll clarify with the White Sage Tarot. And then any majors that come out will receive an additional in between, okay? Because, like I said, with all of the energies that popped out last week, especially with the blue moon, there's no way. So, having said that, hopefully you were able to utilize the energy of yesterday's full moon in Aquarius, the blue moon, the second one that we had. If you didn't, tonight's another perfect night to do it because it's only Monday. And so you have, usually a day or two before and a day or two after in order to really capitalize. So if you weren't able to get to it yesterday, then today's a really good day to do it, okay? So I do have my notations. I will read those here in just a second. Today, Venus is in the sign of Libra, but there's a trine that's going on with Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. So that's that big expansive energy with trying to be balanced out. So if you're feeling that, or if you felt that today by the time you see this, then just kind of understand that that could be where some of the placement is coming from. The other thing is the moon transitions into the sign of Pisces, so more water energy, and Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. So the full energy trying to show up with our brother energy, Taurus, trying to be grounded and trying to be stable with the our friend Steady Eddie over there. So there's an opposition that is also happening with Mars and Mercury in the sign of Virgo today and Monday. So that's a lot of push energy to our Virgo friends that are all about their perfection of service, things wanting to happen very, very quickly, okay? Mercury energy, Mars energy, the Tower energy, surprise energy for people showing up. And then finally there's a conjunction with Neptune in Pisces. Did I already say that? The moon transitions into, no, I didn't. So the energy of Neptune is the energy of the hangman. So trying to get a different perspective. So that's what's the energy was going on, Libra, for today, Monday. Tuesday, the energy happens to be the moon transitioning into the sign of Aries, through the sign of Thursday, through Thursday. So there's self-will that's going to pop up for a lot of different people. A lot of energy, a lot of Emperor energy could pop up for people. We still have Chiron and Aries. It's going to be in big play for some people. There it is. For some people this week, of course, we still have 6 planets in retrograde. So, there's still a lot that's going on here. Libra, your card that popped out here, I love this, is expansion. So this is talking about evolve. What is the second word? And expand. On Thursday, now we have the moon in Aries and Mercury in the sign of Virgo, okay? We've got Capricorn and Pluto, which is Judgment's energy, and then we've got the moon transitioning into the sign of our brother sign Taurus. And what that's going to do for a lot of people is, as Taurus is pushing through the weekend, you've got Venus that's in play. She happens to be paying a little bit more attention to our brother sign this particular week, just to give you the heads up. But that doesn't mean that you wouldn't necessarily feel some of the energies. The other thing that happens on Friday is that Taurus has got a square with Saturn in Aquarius and also a trine with Sun in Virgo. So if you have Virgo anywhere in your chart, you may want to go back and take another quick peek at that one. Just throwing it out there, okay? Saturday, Taurus is all over the place, obviously, but there's a changeover with Uranus. There's a changeover with Libra, okay? On Saturday, there's a changeover with Neptune in the sign of Aquarius at this particular moment, because Aquarius had been in Jupiter and Aquarius, and so it's kind of doing a little bit of a dance, okay? Aquarius is. And then there's this trine with Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So Capricorn, we know at their best is all about duty and persistence, but then the whole situation with Pluto trying to come in is judgment. So there's questions and answers, and there's things that are getting ready to be revealed, and second opportunities that are going to be revealed to a lot of different people. Sunday, we have Mercury in the sign of Libra. So Libra, you're going to get pushed a little bit on Sunday. Mercury wants things to go very, very quickly. And then we have the moon in Taurus, which is also trining Mercury in Virgo, because that's still in play. And then we have Jupiter in Aquarius, which is the expansion of the big dreams. And so the energies that I'm pulling now for you are energies that Venus, sorry, Libra, you are still managing from recent until this particular moment. I am not surprised. Literally every sign has gotten one form of the pentacle or the other, and that only makes sense because of the nature of what's going on this particular week. What we do have is, along with your expansion, what we have here is the Knight of Wands transitioning into the Queen of Wands. So this is being recognized for the work that you have already put into the fray, okay? That's higher level recognition. The Four of Coins, though, transitioning into the Five of Coins, Libra. So what this is doing is it calling out the fact that there is work that you're doing that you may not feel completely stable in at this particular moment. You know that you don't want to call out anything negative. You want to be on the upside of anything that's coming out of your mouth. And here's why: because you've got the King of Coins transitioning into the Queen of Coins. You definitely have, no, that's the Knight transitioning into the Queen. You definitely have some stability that is showing up for you. It is long-term stability. It has definitely something to do with your Three of Wands, something that you've called into yourself, the energy of moving forward with yourself or someone else in a place of business, walking that road together, trying to get there together. So there is a potential partnership that is at play here that is going to create a little bit of steady value for you as well. Again, if you've got Taurus in your chart, if you've got Virgo in your chart, I'd go and take a quick peek at those. Of course, I've done Pisces and Aries already at this particular moment. So if any of those are, shining any light on the situation for you this week, then I would go and take a look. If you do not resonate with the content that I'm putting forward as we get into the beginning pieces here, then you don't even have to finish watching it. But because this may not be the most critical portion of what's going on in your particular chart. It could be your sun, your moon, your rising, your north node. I don't know where you're at for watching this, or if you're cross watching at this particular moment. So just be mindful. You're not hurting my feelings if you don't resonate with 100% of this. But I do think that whatever it is that you're carrying on from your previous week up until this recent point definitely has something to do with you expanding. So if any of that starts to feel sexy to you, this might be your reading, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to pull, okay, we got those. I'm going to pull a numerology card because that's what they wanted me to do for you, Libra, to support kind of what's going on here with this expansion. Expansion is card 35, which reduces down to an 8, so it is all about the money, or it is about your stability, okay? I do think the abundance has a lot to do with it. And, abundance doesn't always have to do with money. Abundance can have to do with time. It can do with resource. It can do with whatever those different types of things, whatever it is for you. But, baby, If you are working on a spiritual career, my friend, my friend, my friend, pay attention, okay? Spiritual careers is here for you. This is card 15, which reduces down to a 6, which is about balance also when it comes to the money, okay? So let's go ahead and just put this little dude down here. Thank you, universe, for clarifying so quickly. For all of our Libras that are out here, we will take abundance. You guys know I'm Libra sun. So I'm going to take what's for me, and I will take that and marry it with my other signage. So here we go. After all that talking, we're going to put down one card for every single day of this particular week with our Steampunk Tarot deck. We'll clarify with our White Sage Tarot deck, as we always do. Any majors that come out will get a secondary clarifier from the in-between. And then we're called to it, I will pull out the Oracle of the Radiant Sun and any of the other Oracle cards that they want me to get into. But I've been doing a lot of talking today, so let's just see what happens. This is pretty straightforward, so let's just see what happens, Libra. Here we go. Whoa! 10 of Swords. Today, Monday's energy. Releasing yourself from something that no longer serves you so that the new can show up. Releasing yourself, that 10 of Swords may have been something that was physically painful for you. Literally physically painful. It can also have been some sort of mental stress that you've been carrying for a while. And today's the day that you let it go. So before you go to bed tonight, there is an aspect of letting that go. So here's what we have. We have two cards for Tuesday's energy. We have the Strength card in the reverse position, and then we have the Page of Swords in the upright position. And so we're keeping this pairing because what this is indicating to me is an additional person's energy. Either you're dealing with a Leo, okay, or you in the Strength position are not necessarily feeling confident in something, and there will be some clarification coming with this Page of Swords. So this Page of Swords could be another air sign for sure, but we'll dig into that. Okay, so that's Tuesday's energy. And that, again, is when the moon starts to transition into the sign of Aries. We talked about that a little bit. Aries being our friends when it comes to self-will and how we manage those different types of things. So, you know, if you're letting something go here and you're physically not feeling well, you may not be 100% when it comes to Tuesday, but I do think that we'll get some clarifiers on that, okay? You're in the healing process. I can definitely tell you that. Now, Wednesday's energy for our Libra, woo, is the 8 of Pentacles in the upright. Ta-da! So, something that you've been working on, something that you've been mastering, something that you have been, can do with career. Okay, can do with the spiritual career. We're going to get into that. But this is becoming the master of your craft, continuing to do the work, continuing to massage the things that need to be able to be massaged, doing the work. So again, if you've been feeling a little bit lackluster the past couple of days, by Wednesday you're going to be like back into the swing of some things. Let's see what we've got going on for Thursday for our Libra. Woo, Thursday, sexy, sexy Thursday. Look at this, my friend. Everybody in their universe is getting the Pluto card here. This is Judgment, or this is the Hangman, excuse me. The Hangman is the Neptune energy, okay? Neptune coming in. Needing you to either go in to receive more information, or you may need to sacrifice something. So there we'll clarify what that means. And I don't mean sacrifice like you got to kill yourself to death. I think you guys know that. But you may be feeling as though you have to sacrifice something in order to get to a different spot. So we'll clarify, okay? Friday's energy for our Libra, please, is the 7 of Wands. However, it shows up in the reverse position. So you might be willing to not be so, what's the word I want to use? You might be letting your guard down a little bit on Friday. Okay, and we'll get into the clarification of why one would do that. Okay, you might be, but I do definitely think it has a lot to do with this Hangman. As you got to sit and take a look at both of these cards together to really understand where I'm going with that. So if the Hangman is in the upside down position because you're trying to change your perspective, And the Seven of Rods is in the upside down position. It's because you're taking a step back from something, I feel, in order to gain and give someone else an opportunity to perhaps do something. We'll dig into that. So that's Fridays, Monday through Friday's energy. Let me just move these up a nub. Can you still see them? Not really sure. Let's get into Saturday's energy for our Libra. Saturday is the King of Pentacles, but however it shows up in the reverse position. We will clarify. I'm not taking all of those other cards, even though if they want to come back out, we'll take them. So the King of Pentacles in the reverse position can indicate that you are dealing either with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or it can also indicate the energy of you not really feeling stable yet. Okay? Now, what we have on Sunday's energy is the energy of the Star card. So this is Aquarius coming in, trying to love you up a little bit. Okay, this is the expansion of your dreams. We talked about that. We also talked about the fact that Mercury was pushing Libra on Sunday. So in my opinion, this shows up on the day that it's supposed to show up. And for me, if you're not physically been feeling well, and you're having to contemplate a couple different things, you have to reevaluate a couple of different things on this particular date, could lead into why you're not necessarily feeling stable, but we will clarify. What we have at the bottom of the deck, my friends, you can't make this shit up. You've got the Ace of Wands. They said there's no need to carry further. Man, Taurus was like a heavy reading, man. There was a whole lot of bunch of stuff that was happening in their reading, and I felt like I was pulling and pulling and pulling until they told me to stop, but that's okay. So let us go ahead now and clarify each day of the week with our White Sage Tarot. Let's figure out what is going on for our Libra on today, Monday, with this Ten of Swords. At the end of the day, whatever it is was kind of painful. It was not a good situation. So for you to be in the situation where you're releasing it is really good. So we got the Ten of Swords. Talk to me about why this is here. We have the Moon card. Okay, so potentially you could have been feeling a little bit of out of whack with yesterday's blue moon in Aquarius. Okay, I got to put that out there just to be completely honest. We also have the energy of Pisces, which is in play for today. I already told you that. Pisces is very heavy in the chart with a lot of different things transitioning, with the moon transitioning into the sign of Pisces today, Monday. Okay. We also have, we got a lot, I knew it. Okay. There was this thought process with the Six of Wands that you might not be going in the right direction in one instance. Now you've got this pair that sits here at the end here. The Moon card also talks about revealing something that's in your subconscious sometimes, almost like Scorpio energy, is just what I'm getting here, but not completely, where it's transition based, where it's more like secrets, and it really is the dreaming aspect of what it is that you want to have tried to manifest. So where Neptune kind of comes into play, because Neptune really does rule Pisces. We know we talk about it with the moon, but you got to just toss Neptune up in that joint too. And so Neptune is really talking about sometimes intuition and spirituality for people. So that can lead to a little bit of confusion for people. And I'm not talking about Neptune and the moon and Pisces. I'm talking about Neptune really like pushing in your level of spirituality, your earthen day-to-day with your spiritual, trying to integrate maybe into day-to-day or doing something different. It can create a lot of confusion for people, because what you end up trying to do, Libra, okay, is you micromanage the death out of some shit, okay? And here's the deal. We are in Virgo season now. And so Virgo really wants you to understand the perfection of service. But can you also understand the perfection of service of who you are as an individual? You are balance, okay? You are Venus coming in here. You are the balancer. So when you're out of balance, it's all the way jacked up, okay? Trust me, I know. I'm a Libra sun. But at the end of the day, what it boils down to is that you're feeling, or would have felt, or potentially would have felt, that there was something that you weren't doing, and you weren't seeing the recognition for all this hard work that you've been putting into something potentially, okay? Not all of you, but some of you. Now, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Wands that is sitting here. So at the end of the day, the Wheel of Fortune is definitely coming in here to support you. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. Okay, and we did talk about the fact that Jupiter was doing a lot of dancing this particular week. So we've got Jupiter that's here. And the only thing Jupiter is telling you is that there is going to be a revelation and you are definitely going to be making a decision about something. So the Two of Swords isn't necessarily, well, I guess in order to clean language up for some people, you will be at the end of a crossroads. I don't really like to use the word crossroads, but they said some people are going to understand what that means. How I explain the Two of Swords is really, in one sense, it's blind faith, and it is the universe supporting the decision that you need to make between your logical brain and your heart. And when you get to that midpoint, it's very easy to make a decision. Drop one of the swords and go left or go right. It's a little different than the Two of Wands because there is some intellectual, well, that's a wrong way to say it, woman. How do I want to say this? They said just say it straight. I don't think it's crossroads. You're definitely going to be able to be at a place where you recognize where spirit is really trying to guide you. And that's the heart-based portion that I'm trying to talk about, rather than you being necessarily in your head so much about what has to happen. So spirit is definitely helping you. And by the end of the evening, by the time you lay your head down, hopefully you can like go in and do a little bit of extra meditating or something like that. You're going to be able to feel it. Now, the base of it was not a major, but I do feel that this is major. So we will do a clarifier at the end here with the in-between tarot. Let's move to Tuesday's energy. So we do definitely are going to clarify this one because the base energy is got the strength in the reverse position. So there is an active healing that is going on right now. For some of you, it's going to increase your clarity with this Page of Swords that is coming through. Some of you, this healing that is coming through is going to have something to do with social media. It also is going to have something to do that you're doing with somebody paying attention to you, if it doesn't necessarily happen to be social media, because I don't know what you do as far as your spiritual business or what it is that you're trying to bring forward for yourself, but someone is definitely paying attention to what it is that you're doing. The other aspect with the Page of Swords is, because I got to read it all the ways for people, this is a general, remember. The Page of Swords is looking backwards at something. Looking over her shoulder at this particular moment. Why are you looking at yourself? Why are you looking backwards at something? Like you keep thinking that, well, if I would have done that differently, or if I'd have done this differently. No. You don't need to do that. That is the healing for some of you that is taking place with this Strength card. You are going through an active portion of that healing. That is being released from you. And with today being another opportunity for you to jump down on this Blue Moon energy. If you didn't do your Blue Moon releasing the old shit so that you can let new shit come in, tonight would be a good day to do it. And maybe this is something that you want to call in for yourself, Libra. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, if you are feeling as though you have to completely and constantly go backwards and overthink things to death, maybe that's something you want to ask your angels and guides to help release you from, and put something else into its place, like your confidence. Because you're doing all the right stuff based on what I'm seeing here. You're just a little, you're a little out of sorts. But let's figure this out. Let's get into Tuesday's energy for our Libra. We've got the Strength in the reverse, and we've got this Page of Swords. All right. Well, that was super fast. What we have is the King of Wands. So this is definitely a go-getter. This is definitely work energy, entrepreneurial energy. The King of Wands wants to go very, very quickly. He wants to just push. He gets a little bit of whiff of an idea and he is all up, all in about something that would have gone on. However, we're at the energy where we're in the Hierophant and the reverse position. So we are challenging the value of what's going on here with maybe the work that you're putting into play, or someone else that you're dealing with. Could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius. It can also be I said Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But the other energy that I'm getting out of it is that you are second guessing your ability to get to this higher plane. And that's where the Ten of Pentacles shows up in the reverse position. So the Ten of Pentacles also can indicate, with the mixture of the Hierophant mixed with this King of Wands, entrepreneurial energy. Let me just do it this way. Entrepreneurial energy, higher knowledge, higher learning, not learning the lesson in one specific way, shape, or form, with the higher thought being in the reverse position, which is affecting your happy moments coming through, because you are second guessing. You're not getting the lesson that the universe is trying to share with you at this particular moment. Okay. We're going to take one more card because we did have a pair that popped out here, and I'm going to get another card on that, on this row, please. Okay, what we have here, yeah, Seven of Cups. What we've got going on here, and again, I don't call the Seven of Cups confusion like a lot of other people do, because in my opinion, it's not really confusion. Certain people have the capacity to multitask like crazy, right? They're always in the middle of all these things, and all their stuff is always right. The Seven of Cups is talking about all of those options that are in your face, active, okay? And the Seven of Cups is saying there might be a reason for you to really focus on one versus the other. All of them are here. All of these Seven of Cups is almost like all of these options. Think of it as like 7 pentacles that are dripping down into this cup that's already full, in one sense, right? Which is the first cup that you're going to drink? You can't drink all of them at once. I mean, maybe you could if you put them into a big, like, I don't know, big jug or something. But at the end of the day, what it means is that you're second guessing, or you would have maybe potentially second guessed how you could move into this new energetic space. And the universe is like, dude, you haven't lost a thing. All of these Seven of Cups, even though they all manage different items, all are for you. So when you look at the traditional Seven of Cups, you've got a snake in one, you've got spirit represented in one, you have all these different items that are represented as actionable pieces for you. The Seven of Cups just asks you to focus and direct on one thing first, so that you don't drown yourself to death, okay? Because all of them are meant for you, all right? So that's what we've got going on here. So when we transition into the energy of Wednesday, and we're talking about perfection of service within Virgo's whole change here, we're talking about mastering your craft. Let's see what else we have for Libra. We have the Knight of Swords. We have clarity coming in. We have communication and clarity coming in, or being discussed. Woo! All right. We have a pairing. We have the Page of Cups with the Temperance in. Oh, we have 3. Hang on. Oh, wow. I get it. I understand how to say this. Okay. The Empress in reverse, the Temperance in reverse, and the Page of Cups in reverse. So, Venus herself coming here on Wednesday. I told you, Libra, Venus is here on Wednesday in opposition to the moon in Aries. That is where your willpower comes into play, Libra, okay? So Venus is here to tell you, hey, this is the day where balancing your stuff is going to come into play, right? So Sagittarius energy also is healing energy that comes through, okay? And it has to do with one of the cups that you're taking off of this Seven of Cups. That's precisely how they're explaining to me to explain it to you. One of these cups, some of you from a certain generation are going to be able to appreciate this old Sesame Street. One of these things, whatever that means, one of these things is going to be shinier than the other deals. Now, the Page of Cups can represent new, it's new heartfelt opportunity. So there could be an apology that's coming in for some of you, although the Page of Cups also can indicate that there is the need to appreciate, how do I say this that doesn't make it sound janky? Change the order. I got it. Got it. Okay. What you want wants you. If you've been challenging yourself about where your clarity has been in certain instances, then the Page of Cups leads into this temperance moment. There is this new loving situation, especially with this healing that is coming through if you felt like you're a little bit out of balance. And the Empress is here. They want me to tell you that the reason why she's not in the upright position as of this particular moment is because you feel like you have to do all these things on your own, and you don't. So when the Empress is in the upright position, she's manifested the shit out of whatever it is that she's trying to bring forward. She's just sitting here just going, la la la. It'll come to me when it comes to me. When it's sitting in the reverse position, it means that you are chasing something, that you're in the active phase of additional manifestation. So how do I explain this? And that is why that's why you're calming down a little bit, because it's kind of like a heads up. They said to take another card on that, so I will. And I think most people know this, but when you put your wish out into the cosmic Amazon, yeah, you're gonna have to make a decision about something. And I'm putting all of these, no, they said to keep all of them. All right, you make a wish. You have to trust and know that the cosmic Amazon is going to bring that package. Okay, you have to trust and know that it's going to bring that package. When you start to make additional wishes on the same wish that you already wished, you are in essence changing the GPS of that original package. Okay, and the universe is like, well, wait a minute, you asked for grapes, and now today you asked for red grapes. Now today you're asking for green grapes. Well, we still have grapes, but now you want us to change the color. Every time you do that, you're slowing down the actual physical manifestation of the thing, because you keep pushing. Ask once and know that it is given. I'm sorry somebody needed to hear that long explanation. I'm not even going to challenge it. I love doing this, and this is what I love doing, so I will sit and take my time doing this. Okay, so somebody has a decision that has to be made when it comes to the level of work that they're putting out into the verse, okay? There is a new opportunity for clarification of messaging coming through. So this Page of Wands is coming through to give you a new messaging about this decision. It has something also to do with the Page of Pentacles. So you have 3 pages that are sitting out here on the board here at this particular moment. Fresh and new, right? King of Pentacles and Major Arcana for Aries. So again, we're talking about your self-will when it comes to your stability at the end of the day. Now, what's interesting to me is that the King of Pentacles shows up here for you at the end of the week in the reverse position. So what I'm trying to explain to you, not very well, but what I'm trying to explain to you is your self-will could be challenged a little bit. And the only thing that Venus wants you to be able to do at this particular moment is just let the original one go. So I would use Wednesday as a good day to be very, very clear. The universe didn't tell you to do this, but this is my suggestion to you, is to get very, very clear. And if you've asked for something already and you've let it go, great. There's an opportunity for you to try to manifest an additional component to something that's different, but don't keep trying to change up the original order, otherwise it's going to take forever to get to you, and then you're going to always be wondering why shit's not showing up as fast as you want it to be able to show up. Okay, the other way to read this, because they said that some of you are not manifesting and you haven't taken the time to manifest. So for the other half of you that haven't really manifested the way, this is where you get to expand. And you get to sit down and you get to tell the universe what it is that you want. You get the choice, okay, to bring in these 2 young energies of fire and earth, okay, so passion and creativity. Passion, knowing that it's putting out into the ether these communication pieces that are coming through to you about your long-term stability and your self-will and righteousness in order to make that work with your perfection of service. This whole Virgoan energy that we've got going on here. That was a long way around Sunday. We may or may not go and clarify that one. I think I did a good job. Moving on to Thursday, okay? The moon in Aries, Mercury in Virgo, Capricorn and Pluto, Judgment is showing up here. Now we have the energy of realizing that you've got to go within a little bit. There's a little bit of information that needs to show up. And the reason I said sacrifice is for that other half. Some of you feel as though you have to give something up in order to get all the things that you want. Let's just dig in it. Let's go there. The first card that shows up is the Five of Cups. You absolutely are realizing that something is not for you in one sense. This is the sacrifice, folks. And you are going to be willing, even though it's not in the reverse position, you are going to be willing to take the two full cups that are there and move forward. Okay. The second card that shows up here for you is the High Priestess in the upright position. So this is not challenging the intuition that you have in this particular moment. You're going to know exactly what to do with the information as soon as you get the information, or you go in and you meditate a little bit and your spirit starts to speak to you a little bit more deeply. The other card that comes through is the King of Cups. Being a little bit more stable or dealing with someone. If you have water sign in your chart, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, this is being able to realize that on this particular Thursday, that you're going to be able to find the energy that you need to continue to be strong, honest, or you're dealing with someone that's strong and honest and able to move forward. This is king energy. It doesn't matter if you're female or male. This is the energy of being able to embody the physical manifestation of the thing. It's physically here when the kings are here, okay? It's physically here. And it being stable and fluid and not letting anyone, including yourself, right? Because they don't get jarred. They like stick to their guns and they just kind of, whatever, rolling with the homies. They do not get themselves twisted up in anybody else's energy. And that is what universe wants you to be able to pull into yourself with this Hangman in the energy of receiving this additional piece of clarity. For those of you, and so I'm going to do it like this. So, and though for those of you that are feeling as though you have to sacrifice something, those two cups that are left in your hands, okay, is your invitation to connect with your higher self. That's exactly what they're telling me to tell you. Because your higher self has the information you need about the Three of Pentacles, your expansion, okay? The beginning of your new work. However that needs to start its formation, that is exactly what they're trying to tell me to tell you. So I know that's kind of long-winded too, but it is what it is, and I think it's gorgeous. Now let's move on into the energy of Friday. So Friday we have the Seven of rods in the reverse position. This is honestly where I feel that you, Libra, are stepping backwards a little bit. Okay, you're allowing yourself to step backwards a little bit and realize you're integrating the information at this particular moment, which is why it's not like you're letting yourself go or letting other people like talk you out of something, but you are integrating the information with the Seven of Rods in the reverse position on Friday because you received a lot this week. Let's just, yeah, there we go. The Sun in the reverse position means that you were upset with timing, or you were upset with, well, I don't really think it is Leo, but I mean, it could be. You were just upset that you weren't seeing the victory and the success that you wanted to see it when you wanted to see all this work and effort that you were putting forward. So look, that perspective is giving you a different change. You didn't give up on the situation though. Even though the Sun is in the reverse position, it's still, you know, one of the happiest cards in the deck, right? Why is the Sun in reverse? What is going on here? Yeah, the Fool is also in the reverse position. So you really do have to feel that leap of faith that you did take is going to work out for you. You might not have seen all the accolades that you wanted to see it when you wanted to see it, but the universe is still working on it. And you did take a leap of faith, okay? And the leap of faith that you're taking still needs to be massaged a little bit. Like you believe it, but you're not believing it in a sense. Because you're resisting the change. So if you're in a muggle job all day long and you're trying to open up a spiritual business and you've started to do the work, then trust me, the universe is working with you, okay? And the problem is that, in one sense, you're not trusting the Queen. Now, the Queen is, might as well, little, you know, High Priestess, little sister. It's Auntie. She's like, look, man, I've been there. I've done that. I can tell you how to keep fluid and keep bouncing, you know, so that nothing really touches you. I've gone through all the challenges, tribulations. I've watched that tower fall down on me, and I've watched it be built brick by brick by brick with this new structure that I've been trying to create. Highly intuitive, and it's trying to explain to you exactly what I explained to you. It's like your leap of faith, you have to believe it all up, all in. And for whatever reason, you're resisting a little bit. Faith in yourself more so than anything else is what I'm getting. You're challenging the faith in yourself. Now let's move forward to the energy of the Saturday energy here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, Friday. So Saturday's energy with this King of Pentacles in the reverse position structure, whether it's male or female, again, it could be that you're dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or you have it in your chart somewhere. You expended a lot of time with communication in the past. You have some unfinished business to take care of potentially with the world in the reverse position currently, but that's still good. The world is here to turn in your favor, and here you go. It all has to do with your willingness to take a step back just a little bit. That's the energy that we just spent 1,000 hours on with the Seven of Wands, okay? The other cards that are here as the explanation for some of you other individuals is that, oopsie, the Three of Cups is here. This is also expansive energy. This is take an opportunity to take a break, man. Like, get out of the house a little bit. Go do something fun. Freaking A. Like, you're way too serious about this situation. Queen of Swords is here to say, yeah, use your intellect at this particular moment to get out of the house and go do something fun. Because we would have restored you a little bit at this particular moment, and or there's an opportunity to restore something that is fun. It could be youth-filled, like children, or anything that you like to be able to do, but that is where your stability is. It's not in challenging yourself at this particular moment. So when you realize that, and you get to Sunday's energy, and you get to this Aquarius energy of the star, you should be back to square. You should be. Let's see where we're at here. Yep. Complete restoration. Ace of Cups here on the table for you. Okay? Mind, body, spirit. So that includes... Then you have the Judgment in the upright position. This is exactly what we want to be able to see. Now you're ready for the second opportunity, the second chance. This is Pluto that came in to deliver what it is that needed to be delivered. Anything else? Yep, two more. Yes! Letting the final fears go. All the way done. Because why? Because you let yourself out of your head with the obstacles and challenges that you were creating for yourself. More so than anything else. And there you are at the bottom of the deck, Libra. Right where you're supposed to be. Love it. I don't even feel like I need to do any additional clarifiers, but I'm going to. So, we're going to go back in with our in-between tarot. And we are going to hit this Ten of Swords, okay, that you might be feeling this week, a little bit of a pity party in one little teeny tiny of a sense. And let me go in and figure out what is going on with the combination betwixt the Moon and this Wheel of Fortune. It's this Three of Coins into the Four of Coins. This is the feeling of lack of expansion. That's exactly what it means, like this lack of expansion. That's what you're releasing, okay? Pretty much what I said. On Tuesday, we are clarifying for sure the Strength card in the reverse position because that showed up as the base. So let's get in to figure out why the Strength card is here in the reverse position. But again, at the end of the day, you get it up right at the end of the week, just so you know. Complete restoration. Just want to make sure I put that out there. Strength card in the reverse position with the Page of Swords. Okay. So the Two of Swords into the Three of Swords, maybe scared to make a decision or a decisive cut because you don't want somebody else to get hurt, including yourself. There's that Seven of Wands energy that we were talking about, feeling as though you're kind of dangling on a limb. The Seven of Wands into the Eight, like unexpected information that was coming through, like you got to get yourself out of that energy. Okay, that's what we got there. Wednesday. Now let's see, this was the 8, but because we had the Empress, Temperance, and Aries show up here, let's get into it. Okay, Temperance, Empress, and the Emperor. Yeah, and right then and there, offsides, the Emperor and the Empress with Temperance. I mean, that is the ultimate masculine, feminine being completely out of balance there. The contemplation of the manifestation of versus the physical manifestation showing up, right? So let's just go there. Temperance in reverse for Libra on Wednesday. And it has to do with, again, this recognition. Feeling as though you may not be recognized or waiting for the recognition to show up for you. This is the energy of the King of Wands transitioning into the Ace of Wands. So that's out of balance. You got to not be thinking about the accolades, I guess, if you will. Don't look at YouTube numbers. Don't look at the statistics. Just feel into continuing to do the work. The Empress in the reverse position for Libra, please. It's the Ace of Wands transitioning into the Two of Wands, like not feeling the spark. Like you've made a decision. Like I said, you keep asking for something. You keep tweaking this original wish is what's going on. Don't do that. Let it be. Let it be a whole brand new wish. You can make as many wishes as you want. Okay. Don't keep trying to manipulate the original one though, because you slow it down. The Emperor. This is the energy that we get here. This is the card that shows up. This is the sun and the moon. This is actually receiving clarity at this particular moment. You are willing to float at this particular minute and receive the clarity that you need, Libra. Okay. The other thing that they wanted me to point out to you is that you've got this Three of Swords into this Four of Swords. So whatever uncomfortableness that you have been feeling with this Three of Swords, you realize you have to let that go, and you're going to start receiving more information from Spirit in your dreams with this Four of Swords. So it's been a little bit challenging for you, but you already know what you need to do to move forward here. So again, Wednesday, I would be all about where you can over the next couple days till Wednesday, calling in Spirit and asking for a conversation. Okay. Thursday's energy with the Hangman in the reverse position. Neptune coming in. Ooh, there it is. Yeah. This is releasing yourself. This is the calm before the storm. That's what this card particularly titles it. Between the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. When the Eight of Swords presents itself, you have to realize that the only person that's stuck in the situation is you. That's analysis paralysis all day long. That is what it is that you have to be able to give up. Okay, the Nine of Swords is the energy because it did show up in the reverse, that you are releasing yourself, or you need to realize that you have to release yourself from something that is not serving you. So the Nine of Swords is that whole energy of, I can't sleep at night, I am overthinking this, I'm overdoing it, I keep redoing and redoing and redoing, whatever the case may be. Stop. Just don't. You're killing yourself to death for no reason. So that's what that is about. That is a perspective change that you get to realize for yourself when it comes to Thursday. Now, Friday's energy, you didn't have anything for the base, but you have the Sun, the Fool, and Death card that show up as clarifiers. So I would like to have one card where possible that gives me the breakdown for Friday with Libra kind of backing off just a little bit. Ten of Cups, transitioning into the Ace of Cups. This is important for you because you have to be able to realize that this Ten of Cups, this abundance that you want for moving forward, happiness of your heart, happiness of your home, happiness of what it is that you bring to the functionality of what it is that you do every single day. This is what the sun wants to be able to explain to you. The Fool card has to do with the 6 of coin energy transitioning into the 7 of coin, not feeling as though you're expanding with other people. The 6 of coin is complete balance. You're just out of balance at this particular moment, trying to figure out what your next level of investment is going to be, and or going into a situation with someone else. You don't need to do that. Okay, you've already started the conversation. The Death card, yeah, the resistance is having to go from this Page of Cups into this Knight of Cups. It's like you're afraid of expanding faster than you can keep up with it in one sense. And the universe is saying, don't do that. They're also giving me another card for this Queen of Cups, this highly intuitive person that wants to have this conversation with you if it doesn't happen to be you. And this is the energy of the 3 of Cups transitioning into the 4 of Cups. This is saying, stop being complacent in one sense. You're being a little bit lazy, a little bit lazy in that thought process of not wanting to exercise the gorgeousness of what it is that you've got. If you can allow yourself to come down just a nub, okay, then you are going to have all of these realizations when it comes to Friday, and that's actually really, really good. Therefore, when we get to Saturday's energy, again, you didn't have a base card, but I do want to hit because you have the World and the Strength card. I'm just being nosy at this moment. Yeah. You're going in from the 4 of Swords into the 5 of Swords energy with the World. That's what the World is trying to tell you, is like you will have received the information that you needed. And there might be a surprise that's showing up for you, but you're going to be prepared for whatever needs to show up. Okay? You've got to do what you've got to do. And you've got the strength now to be able to do it. Is there anything else on the strength that we need to know about? We have, how do you want me to do this? Lovely. So the strength is telling you 2 things here. The strength card is telling you that you've got the Page of Wands. It's in the reverse position, transitioning into the King of Wands. There's a little bit of work that will need to be done and continue to be massaged, but this work is actually going to be something that's fruitful. There's a new opportunity that's showing up here. There's a new job that is showing up for you. So if you're in a muggle job and you're trying to transition into a spiritual service, it's coming. It's here, okay? If you are already doing spiritual work in one sense and you're trying to expand on services, or you're trying to do something like that, you might need to realize that there's a surprise that's going to show up for you. And be prepared. You're prepared to manage whatever it is that shows up for you, but it is going to lead. To an expansion of new service. That's also on its way. It's already here. Okay. All right. Then when we get to Sunday's energy, absolutely all day long, it is the energy of the star. Okay. Our sister air sign is sitting here talking to you about wishes coming true. And you've got Judgment here. So let's see what we've got going on with the star for Libra on Sunday, please. Okay, I love it. You have the 10 of Swords moment transitioning into the Ace of Swords. So that's this card all day long. This is the most important part of it. Literally releasing yourself out of all of that negativity, out of all of that fear, so that Ace of Swords can come through and provide you with the next level of clarity. Okay. And then Judgment, again, showing up here for you, is really understanding where you may have been at a challenging situation. So with the Devil card here, what I really do get out of this is that Capricorn is just doing its little bit of dance here on Sunday. Pluto and Capricorn started its transition on Saturday, but I'm getting more anything else than Capricorn that shows up here for you in your energy on Sunday. So, because I don't see this as I think this is an individual. So I think that you might be dealing with an individual that's got Capricorn in their chart very, very heavy. I don't see this as the actual rendition of the sign that's showing up here. It's possible that if you do have a Capricorn that's in your world, you may need to support them with whatever it is that they have coming up in their light. But to be fair and to put it all out there, what this is talking about is tasting the forbidden fruit. That's how you would read this card with the Judgment there. So, again, you've got the Star card. You've got the Ace of Cups, the Restoration card. You've got the Judgment card. You've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse position, releasing all of that stuff. And what you're releasing is this obstacles and challenges and a lot of this mental conflict that you were carrying on for yourself. That is what this card is supporting here again with the Ten of Swords in the reverse position. And I honestly think that you have, the energy of the Tower and Capricorn here. I get duty and perseverance, and I get change is coming for you. Or you're definitely dealing with a Capricorn that happens to be in the chart here on this particular day. Because I'm not grabbing anything negative that's in it whatsoever. Okay, Libra, let us clean this up a little bit here, and let us move into your final oracle cards. They want me to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun real quick for you. So let's pull those bad boys out. Libra, whoa! First card out is being scared to make a decision with Mars in Gemini energy. You have to make a decision. You've already made a decision about something. You can never fear the new decisions that need to be made, because you're the one that's trying to make them when it comes to your enterprise. So this is the Aries expansion energy that we were talking about as far as what Jupiter wants to bring forward. And then speculation is also Jupiter and Cancer energy, right? So speculation means one of a couple of different things. You're talking yourself out of your own success in one area, and speculation trying to understand all the books down the road. You can't do that. You got to allow one thing to be the next thing, to be the next thing, to be the next thing. Again, Virgo season, perfection of service, okay? Perfection of service, perfection of your own self, service to self. In this particular case is what I'm getting very, very strong for you when it comes to your ability to start up a new spiritual career. You have everything that it takes and then some to make it work. There's new passion. There's this ace that is here for you. This is the ultimate passion project. This is yes from the universe. This is like abso-fucking-lutely. Excuse my French. Spirit is working with you and walking with you down this path to make things happen. They just need you to get out of your own way. Stop that whole analysis paralysis thing that we tend to do to ourselves sometimes, and let them work with you. Taurus got this card as well, so please pay attention. Love your dark side too. Basically own up to the fact that that's who you can be as a person, and once you own up to that fact, it's going to be easier to integrate, your light and shadow side. We're going to go in with the Mystical Wisdom card for you as well, and then we'll go back into this expansion. Evolve and expand. Evolving, getting to a higher spiritual plane when it comes to integrating your shadow side, so that you can get to that other point. And more to the point, the more you can understand the whole integration process, the better it's going to be for you to be able to support people with the new spiritual career. Because you're going to have to understand that it doesn't matter whether or not you're a standard counselor, whether you're a Reiki master, whether you're doing tarot or oracle or some other kind of service, light language service. It doesn't really matter. But the better you can appreciate and integrate your shadow self when you start working with people in those other areas, then you're going to be able to support them. So here we go. You have two messages. Choices. Make the best choices for you. And there's nothing to say that you can't sit there and think about something, but you can't stew on it, and you can't undo it once you started to do it. The other thing is potential. You're not thinking big enough for your future. How big do you want it? Go big. Instead of micromanaging every little thing, go ginormous. Do you have a business plan? Even if you don't have something written down, do you know where you want to be in 5 years? Can you break it down year by year by year, going backwards? By year 5, I want this. By year 4, I want this. By year 3, I want this. By year 2, I want this. This time next year, I would like to have achieved this. Put it out there. Where do you want to be? Let the universe help you with the big, broader plan. And as soon as you back up and get out of the way, right? 7 of rods in the reverse position. Give them some space. Give them some say. Watch how fast your trajectory happens, okay? And it is important for you to make the best choices. So it's not like you don't need to second guess yourself to death when it comes to the different things that you're doing. I'm getting you are making the right decisions. Now let's go into card 35, okay? Doodly-doo, doodly-doo, doodly-doo. Wrap this up for you. 35, expansion, evolve and expand. Okay, you are going to be evolving and expanding, some of you Libras, into your spiritual career. I evolve and expand in consciousness. The universe and I are one. I evolve and expand in consciousness. The universe and I are one. I evolve and expand in consciousness. The universe and I are one. So with the expansion of your consciousness comes the actual true gift of awakening, that of love, understanding, nurture, balance, and a development of the sixth sense in the form of your clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, and claircognizance, which is clear saying, right? Clear seeing, clear knowing, clear hearing when it comes to spirit. Also just there's that whole sense of the touch for some of you people that are hands-on and you do those types of things with spirit. There's an expansion of your gifts that are coming because you asked for it. So if you need support, make sure that you're doing your meditation. You make sure that you're doing your yoga. Read anything that you need on that particular service or something that you're trying to do. Integrate your healings. Where'd it go? Shadow self. Integrate, integrate, integrate. It's going to be so important for you to be able to do this. Take advantage of workshops, whether they be online or in person, whatever it is that works for you. Make sure that you're listening to any frequency that aligns with your particular vibration is wonderful. And you guys have already I've talked to you guys a lot about the different hertz frequencies that are available. And it's important that you walk your talk. And I think that's part of the situation where Spirit was going for some of this, is that you've started and then you're over. No, this is what I do. This is what I want, and actually start doing the work. It doesn't matter if it's this little at a time. It will always continue to grow and expand. Now, if you want to take advantage of mineral crystal this week, if you happen to have an ammonite fossil, then it will really help you. That's what this is. It's an ammonite fossil. If you don't, you can use chaurite, or you can use a chrysanthemum stone in order to help support you this particular week. Libra, we've been here for an hour. Hopefully you were able to get a lot out of this particular reading. I sure hope you did. I sure hoped and enjoyed giving you all of this stuff. I know not all of this is for me, but I do know what parts are for me. So again, make sure that you take advantage of your sun, moon, rising, and north node to put the full picture together. Okay. If you did like it, make sure that you get a like. You can comment below. You can share this content out to other people. That will help my channel grow as well. If you're a visitor and you're liking what you're seeing, please consider subscribing if that works out for you. Otherwise, all the information in the description box below is still there and available and updated. If you are looking for a closer one-to-one session with me, I am more than happy. I'm still taking bookings for people. It's what I love to do. So please don't hesitate to take a look at those different resources if that's something that is of interest to you. Otherwise, Libra, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week as things continue to progress. But you are on a good track, and hopefully you're feeling better very, very soon. Many, many, many blessings. We'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.